I moved. That was fun. Okay, go. Okay guys, so continuing with the topic about decimals, we're going to talk about something a little bit related but different. So we're gonna go into decimal fractions. These decimal fractions are really easy to understand, okay? So as you see, we have a chart here. Actually, it's the same that I have drawn here, but it is just from the point to the decimals. Solo del punto hasta los decimales, okay? So the part of the whole numbers, I delete them. Lo borré. Now, what happened with the decimal fractions? The decimal fractions are numbers that express by what the number is divided. Like by what tenth, por cuál 10, by 1/10 is the number divided. Now, let's imagine that we have, with examples, a 25 here. We will have a 25 what? 25 hundreds. We have 25 hundreds. How would I express that number? ¿Cómo expresaría ese número as a fraction? Well, as you see, we have here some little fractions, okay? Unas pequeñas fracciones. These fractions are in the tens, we divide it by 10. In the hundreds, we divide it by 100. In thousands, by 1,000, and like that, so on and so on. Y así sucesivamente. So, this number is ending in what? In the hundreds. So, if I want to express it, si lo quiero expresar as a fraction, we're going to go and write 25 between what? Divided by 100. Very good. So, as you see, we have 25 hundredths, and under that, debajo de eso, we have our fraction, nuestra fracción. So, we have to divide this 25 between 100. What would happen if we have, I don't know, like a 4, and 3, and 2, and 1 here? What would happen? We have to divide all that number to 5, 4, between what? Between 1 million. There you go. What would happen if you divide this number? Si lo dividen. Try to do it in your house. If we divide these numbers, this one divided by 100, 25 divided by 100, we're going to get 0.025 hundredths. Now, another way of expressing this, or expressing whole numbers, is by having a little square. Imagine that we have this square. That is a whole square.
Oh, that looks so bad. Let me do it again.
Okay, continuing. I already drew it. Better. This. So, we have 3 boxes here. This first box is a what? It's a whole. This represents a whole number, un número entero. Like from 1 to 2. Del 1 al 2. The one that we were explaining. This one is a whole number too. También es un número entero. From 1 to 2. And this one is a whole number too. From 1 to 2. You see, this one, they have the same shape. They have the same area, la misma área. Now, here comes. If I paint all this square, that means that I'm gonna need all that square. I need all the whole number. So this one is a whole number. But what if I divide that number in 10 segments? I am saying that I am going to do a fraction between 10. Now, how many segments do I need? Let's see. I want to represent 1 and 2 cents. 1 and 5 tenths. So I'm gonna paint how many segments? 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna do 5 divided by 10. And how much is that gonna be? ¿Cuánto va a ser? That's going to be 0 and 5 tenths. 0 and 5 tenths. Or 5 tenths. Now, remember that I was talking about 1, 2, 2. Del 1 al 2. So what am I missing there? ¿Qué me falta? Tengo menos que 1. Because 0.5 is less than 1. Es menos que 1, right? Yes. If we place them, si los ubicamos in a number line, you have 0, 1, and 2. And 0.5 will be here. But I need 1.5. 1 and 5 tenths. I need 1 and 5 tenths. Where do I place 1 and 5 tenths in this time? In this number line? In the middle, right? Here. 1 and 5 tenths. But in here I have 0 and 5 tenths. What happened there? What do I do? ¿Qué sería lo que debería de hacer? What do you think I should do? Of course, I have to place my 1 instead of the 0 because I didn't start at 0. So I'm going to add the number 1. Now, let's imagine that I have this other box, okay? This box is not divided in 10. It's divided in how many spaces? 10 times 10 is divided in 100 spaces. So that means that whichever number that we decide here is going to be divided by 100. By 100. So what if we paint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 spaces? What if we paint 20 spaces? Y si pintamos 20 espacios, that means that I'm going to have how many? 20 between 100. And that would be 0 and 20. 0 and 21 hundreds.
What if we do paint, we painted 1, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 squares.
We painted 36 squares. Pintamos 36 cuadritos del 100. That means that we are going to have an equation or a division of 36 divided by 100. And that's going to be equal to 0 and 36. 0 and 36 hundredths. And that's it, guys. It's actually really easy. The topic is really easy. So this is going to be all for today with the introduction of decimal numbers. And we're gonna be ready to go into adding decimal numbers and subtracting decimal numbers. So bye bye. Love you.